You have to understand Krishna tattva in truth, not superficially. Then you will misunderstand. Without understanding Krishna, if we try to understand Krishna's pastimes with Radharani, that is foolishness. Because you do not know Krishna, how can understand his pastimes with the gopis? That is foolishness. Therefore, we have to understand Krishna first of all, and Krishna himself explaining himself. In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna does not speak anything about his pastimes with Radharani. That is strictly prohibited. You never find Krishna is speaking about his pastimes with the gopis or with Radharani. No. He is officially speaking about himself. I am this, I am that. Matta paratanam nanya kinchidasti dhananya. Mami vaja prapadanti mayame dangam. First of all, try to understand Krishna. Thoroughly study Bhagavad Gita. And after studying Bhagavad Gita, if you are fortunate enough to understand what is Krishna, then Krishna says, surrender. That is the beginning of understanding Krishna. Don't try to understand the pastimes of Krishna with the gopis, just like if you make a friend ordinarily, if you become intimate friend, then you can understand about his household affairs. If you are newly a gentleman introduced with another gentleman, you cannot ask him what is the affair in your household or with your wife or with your beloved. That you cannot ask. Neither it is possible to understand. The foolishness is going on that without understanding Krishna, there are so-called rascal, foolish poets. They are describing Krishna's pastimes with Radha. That is the cause of fall down of the so-called Vaishnavism. Without understanding Krishna, they want to understand the pastimes of. You will find in your country also, I have seen one book written by one Bhattacharya about the pastimes of Radha and Krishna, and the covering page is Radharani's picture naked. So these rascals have made so much havoc, and this book is published by the United Nations. I have seen one book in France. I think some of you might have seen. Bhagavan, you have seen them? Anyway, this kind of literature, just like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to read Gita Govinda, Chandidas, amongst with his confidential devotee. The Gita Govinda, the loving affairs of Radha and Krishna, it is not for the neophyte student. Therefore, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, you will find Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's teachings, generally, he was talking with Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, he was talking with Prakāśānanda Saraswati. He was talking with Ramananda Rai, but the subject matter was not the same. When he was talking officially with the Prakāśānanda Saraswati Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, there is no talk about Krishna's pastimes with Radha. Simply on the basis of Vedanta he was talking. But when he was talking with Ramananda Rai, he talked about Krishna's pastimes with Radha. So we should be very careful that from the very beginning, just like the professional Bhagavad readers, the Bhagavad reading means describing Ras Lila. Whenever you find there is Bhagavad reading, they are describing. I have seen one big Goswami, he was professional Bhagavad reader. And whenever you speak very nicely on Ras Lila, and after describing Ras Lila Bhagavad reading, he would come for recreation and smoke cigarette. I have seen it. So this kind of Bhagavad reading will not help you. Bhakti parashanubhava virakti annatra syāt. If you are actually advancing in devotional service, then the symptom will be that you will have no more material hankering. That is real. So, if you actually hear about Krishna's pastimes with Radharani, then hridroga kamam apohinati, then our heart disease, lusty desires will vanish. That is the result. I have repeatedly said. So, if you become more lusty by seeing the pastimes of Krishna in the Radharani or hearing, that means you are not fit. Stop it. Stop it. Don't be foolish. So, in the spiritual platform, everything are there, but they are different in quality. Just like iron is also metal and gold is also metal. But the quality is different. Similarly, don't take that Krishna's loving affairs with Radharani is exactly like our loving affair with our girlfriend. No, it is not like. One is gold and one is iron. Don't minimize the value. Therefore, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami has described that it is Alladini Shakti. Radha Krishna Pranaya Vikiti Alladini Shakti. So this Alladini Shakti is being described in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Therefore, Chaitanya Charitamrita is the postgraduate study of highly elevated devotees. Ordinary devotees, they cannot understand. I have seen one professional reader, he was reading Chaitanya Charitamrita, but he did not believe in it. Because he cannot understand. He cannot understand. He plainly said, these are only imaginary descriptions. There is no fact in it. I have seen it. So, how one can understand this is fact unless one has understood what is spirit? Just like in your country, big professors, they do not believe in the spirit. They simply think of this body. So how they can understand about Radha and Krishna and their pastime or spiritual affairs? So first of all, we must understand what is spirit and what is Krishna and what is Radharani. Then we try to understand what is Krishna and Radharani's loving affairs. So,